I promise I'm back. Good evening once again. Welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking on what we call the electrocardiogram. If you find this video helpful at the end of it all, please make sure you like the video, comment down in the comment section, and please subscribe. Let's go ahead and get started. So now in this video, I have come up with this kind of a simple kind of the model which is going to be illustrating the parts of the normal ECG. And what is the ECG? ECG is that machine which measures the electrical activities of the heart. Okay, and it gives us this kind of the wave pattern on what we call on the ECG paper. Now, we are going to be looking on these kind of the wave patterns and see exactly how we call them. Now, this wave here, this one here, which is a positive deflection, is what we call a P wave. Okay, and then this one here is a negative deflection, which we call the Q wave. Now, this one here, which is a positive deflection with the highest amplitude, is what we call the R wave. And then this one here down here, very, very important negative deflection is what we call the S wave. And then the last one here is what we call the T wave, which is going to be a positive deflection. Okay? Now that we have seen the orientation of how we call these waves, let's go ahead and see and how all these waves stands for. Now, in the previous video, we were able to explain how all these waves were coming about. We said that this P wave was denoting what we call atrial depolarization. Okay, P wave was denoting atrial depolarization. Then this Q wave was denoting what we call septal depolarization, and it was a negative deflection. Then this R wave was standing for major myocardial ventricular depolarization. Okay, it was denoting for what we call major myocardial ventricular depolarization. And then this kind of the S wave, which was a negative deflection, was denoting what we call the depolarization of the base of the ventricles, what you call the basoventricular depolarization. Okay, and it was a negative deflection. And then the last kind of the wave, this one here, was denoting what you call ventricular repolarization. Okay, and this one was a positive deflection, which was meaning what you call ventricular repolarization. Okay, so now this is going to be atrial depolarization, septal depolarization, major ventricular depolarization, basoventricularization, and then ventricular repolarization. Okay. Then when you come over here, we have this kind of this segment here, which we call the PR segment. Super very important. And this PR segment is going to be an isoelectric line. Now, when you see an isoelectric line, meaning that the ECG pointer is going to be now on the neutral position. It's not going to be deflecting in any side. It's going to be on the neutral position. And the reason for this PR segment is that this is the only time during which the action potentials are held within the AV node for about 0.1 second. Okay, because we said the AV node is a slow conductor. He can hold the action potentials for approximately 0.1 second. And it's during that time the ECG pointer is going to be coming back to the neutral, giving us this isoelectric line, which we call the PR segment. Such another beautiful thing. So now we also have another isoelectric line here, okay, which is going to be from the end of what you call basal depolarization to the beginning of what you call ventricular repolarization. And this kind of the segment is what we call the ST segment. Now, this ST segment, this is the time when all the entire ventricular myocardium is fully depolarized. And by the principle of the galvanometer, whenever the whole piece of the ventricular myocardium is fully depolarized, it means it is now all of it positively charged. The galvanometer pointer is going to be coming back to what we call to the neutral position, because there is not going to be any kind of electromagnetic force generated at that time. Okay, so now this kind of the ST segment, it denotes the entire ventricular myocardium is completely depolarized. Okay, it is also such another beautiful thing to know. Okay. To finish it all, I want to talk a little about what we call the intervals. When we talk about the interval, it is going to be combining both the segment and even also some little of what we call of the waves. There are two basic kind of the intervals that I want to pay much attention. We have this kind of the interval that's going to be running from the start of the QRS waves complex up to the end of what you call the T wave. This kind of the interval, which is going to be starting from here up to the end of the T wave, is what we call the QT interval. And on average, it takes approximately around 0.35 to 0.44 seconds. Okay? And then we also have another kind of the interval, which is going to be starting from the start of the P wave up to the beginning of what you call QRS wave complex. This kind of the interval is what we call the PR interval. It is going to be starting from the start of the P wave up to the beginning of what we call the QRS wave complex. It is also such another beautiful thing, and it takes on average 0.12 to approximately 0.2 seconds, because the whole of these kind of these waves, they are supposed to take approximately 0.8 seconds. That's going to be the normal time taken for one complete cardiac cycle. Okay? So now, thank you very much for watching. And if you think whatever I've talked is really making sense, is adding to you, you're benefiting, please can hit the like button, comment down in the comment section, and please subscribe. As always, Tumnad, until we meet next time.